have the same problem as Bill. I've hit a brick wall. I'm a plantser and thought I had planned enough to plot that I could go from there. It ain't happening. In the midst of NaNoWriMo, do you ever have to spend time planning ahead before your next writing session? I do that, Brenda. I do that actually at the end of my writing sessions. So sort of each day I sit down and I write, I feel like that's kind of, I'm not only moving forward, I'm also taking the temperature of my book every day, which is why I like to do that mood charting that I talk about in the novel fast drafting course, because it helps me just kind of go, okay, how am I feeling about it today? What's working? What's not working? And at the end of each writing session, again, you can't obsess over those what's not working because you kind of have to keep going. But at the end of each writing session, I do take a moment to think about what's going to happen next, to brainstorm some ideas for tomorrow so that I'm not facing a blank page in the morning. I don't like facing blank pages. I like sort of leaving the desk with a feeling of, okay, I have a nugget of idea of what might happen next. Just so that I know the next day I won't be facing just nothing. That being said, throughout the day, I actually get more ideas and I will jot them down and that will dictate what I write the next day. And I think as a plantser, that's a really good tip, is to kind of plot a little bit ahead every day. So instead of plotting the whole thing, you plot like a few days ahead or a few chapters ahead or even a half a chapter ahead, just to kind of give yourself a break in the next day so that you are not facing the blank page. And it doesn't matter if it's something that doesn't end up staying in the book, great. If it does end up staying in the book, great. Like, it doesn't matter at this stage. It matters that you're writing and you're discovering. I'll just tell you guys, I wrote those 1,200 words during my word sprint last week that we did. I already know those words are not going to end up in it. I was thinking about it the other day. I'm like, yeah, that scene was fun and I wrote it really fast and it was great. But I know now that eventually I'm going to probably cut that scene out. I might steal parts of it, so it's not time wasted. I discovered that that was not a little path that I wanted to take. So I know now that I'm going to kind of go back and probably cut that part out or save some of it for later. But that's okay. I feel okay about that because I wrote those 1,200 words. I know now it was a scene that was in my outline. So I know now that scene's probably not necessary. But I'm not fixing it now, as you know. So I think that just kind of sitting down and giving yourself a little bit of a head start the next day can really help you, especially if you are a plantser. I've heard, I can't remember who said this, another writer described the way they write as, I wish I knew their name. If someone knows who this process is attributed to, please comment so I can give them credit. There's a writer who describes their process as driving through the dark with headlights on. And they have this long, dark road ahead of them, and they can only see as far as the headlights will show them. And that's the way they plot, is they don't plot the whole route, they plot just as far as they can see. So that means every day they're plotting a little bit more, and then they're writing, and then they're plotting a little bit more, and then they're, chasing behind that plot. So that might be a way for you to approach it as well. Every writer is different, so you kind of have to find what works for you. But I would say, Brenda, it sounds like you would benefit from sitting down at the end of each writing session and just taking 15, 20, 30 minutes to just give yourself a little mini outline for the next day. Even if that outline doesn't end up even if those words don't end up in the final book. If you enjoyed this video, we've got a lot more on writingmastery.com. Check the description for links to our blog, free writing tools, and more. Happy writing.